Hey y'all, thank you guys for being here. I hope you like my hat. I had this, well, I didn't have this girl made it for me. This girl who makes crochet hats made this, and I bought it off her at an event that I taught yoga at. So, hope you guys like it. A lot of people asked me if I made it myself. I did not. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Mercury aspecting Saturn. Let's get into it. Mercury is the planet of communication. It describes how we give and receive information. Mercury is the planet of intellect, intelligence, logic, reason, words, symbols, language, teaching. It characterizes our capacity to think, to speak, and to learn. The planet Saturn is the planet of order and structure. Saturn asks, what is our relationship to discipline, authority, and the law? It is the planet of karma, restriction, maturation, life's learning experiences, patience, responsibility, time, cycles, obstacles, and how we use our determination to get through or over these obstacles. All right, that's Saturn's energy. So when we're talking about an individual with Mercury aspecting Saturn in the natal chart, we always start off with the harmonious aspects, the conjunction, the sextile, and the trine. This characterizes an individual with strong mental power, determination, and will. This individual likely would take a profession as a teacher, a business owner, or a scientist. The energies of Mercury deal with organization and systems, while Saturn deals with structure and order. Mercury aspecting Saturn harmoniously can gift an individual with a talent for organizing ideas, building a large scale of work. So this may be an individual who might be in administration or even like military. This individual is extremely disciplined and focused when they're accomplishing their different mental tasks. So when they're checking things off their to-do list, when they have an idea, they're very disciplined and focused. So this can make somebody extremely gifted when it comes to math and science as well, or even artwork, right? Think of paintings with extreme detail. Think of interior design. Think of architects. Think of filmmakers. Steven Spielberg is said to have Mercury, I want to say Trine Saturn. But yeah, these things take a lot of attention to detail. It takes a lot of extreme focus, and Mercury aspecting Saturn can be somebody who's helping to like build a business, create a business, or they're creating a piece of art. And it's so interesting. Like, I'm gonna get into it. Mercury aspecting Saturn grants an individual with the ability to bring their ideas down to earth. So as I'm saying this out loud, when I'm thinking of like what architects do or what interior designers do, they have an idea of how they think the house should look, how they think things should go, where it should go, and they literally bring that idea into form. They structure it, they order it, they bring it into our material world. That is a perfect description of how Mercury aspecting Saturn connects to one another. So I'll read this part one more time. Mercury aspecting Saturn grants an individual with the ability to bring ideas, divine downloads, to manifest their thoughts down to earth, on earth as it is in heaven, or the heaven of our minds, right? Anyway, you may receive ideas and know exactly how to materialize them. This may come with feelings of immense responsibility, right? You may constantly battle with thoughts about what you should be doing for other people. You may feel responsible for the lives of others and their ability to accomplish their goals. Saturn represents our career. It represents our vocation. It represents our legacy, our achievements in life, right? So someone with harmonious aspects between Mercury and Saturn, they may effortlessly achieve their goals. So it is important for them to just be aware of who's in their circle. Even if it seems effortless, I, put the quotes because Saturn requires hard work. So it may seem effortless, but it probably took this person years and years and years of perfecting this skill or trying to bring this idea down to earth for them to, you know, fully accomplish it. And when they do, it may seem like they have large achievements. It may seem like it happens so effortlessly. So people gravitate towards them because of that, because of the sense of ease that it portrays. But again, Saturn requires a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of trial and error. So if you have people in your circle who don't really understand that or understand that about you, who think that life comes easy to you, or they want you to use your mental power to accomplish their goals and help them achieve some sort of legacy, we all are tasked with doing that for ourselves. Mercury aspecting to Saturn denotes somebody who is mature, who is authoritative in their communication. They may even have, it may come out in their tone, it may come out in their communication style. So this can characterize an individual with a sultry or even a militant kind of speech. The dissonant aspects may describe an individual whose tone may be harsh, commanding, or domineering. And when we're talking about the dissonant aspects, we're talking about Mercury opposing Saturn or Mercury square Saturn. So we're getting into that. The dissonant aspects may describe an individual whose tone may be harsh, commanding, or domineering, whether that's intentionally or unintentionally, consciously or unconsciously. Somebody with Mercury aspecting Saturn knows, I want to say the power of their voice, but the voice is more so ruled by Venus, but they definitely know the power of their words and they know how to use them. The dissonant aspects between Mercury and Saturn may denote an individual who encounters many obstacles when it comes to learning, when it comes to grounding their ideas into reality and accomplishing their goals and creating a legacy. It's not impossible. Again, Saturn requires you to put time and effort in. This may even be karmic as well. So a lot of the obstacles that somebody may encounter having this aspect when it comes to bringing their ideas down to earth, it may be obstacles that could be karmic because Saturn is a planet of karma. So there may have to be, I'm like trying to find the best way to word this. You may have to do some karmic clearing. You may have to do some ancestral clearing and like praying through and working through the karma of your ancestors and your parents in order for you to manifest the life that you desire. You may have experienced this in childhood, these obstacles or these delays when it comes to learning, speech, communication, or grounding your ideas. So this could have shown up in childhood as speech or developmental delays. Maybe you were in a different classroom than the rest of your peers. However that may look like for you, right? Maybe it's not being good enough, right? As your cousins, because Saturn means that you've probably had an authoritative figure who was very harsh on you and your mind. I think I wrote this down here as well. So kids in the neighborhood all right. You may have experienced this in childhood, speech or developmental delays. Maybe not being good enough as your cousins, kids in the neighborhood or community you were raised in, because Mercury rules over your siblings, your cousins, and your early childhood community. The dissonant aspects between Mercury and Saturn may also show up as issues with authority, right? That's very common with this aspect. It may be feelings of depression and pessimism. That's what happens when Saturn is in the picture and there's harsh aspects to Saturn. So feelings of depression and pessimism can often surmount. The key for all individuals born with Mercury aspecting Saturn is to create order around their thoughts. Journaling is extremely important. Make lists, write down all of your ideas. Just put them down somewhere. You may never even have to look at it again, but that act of writing down your idea is bringing it from heaven to earth, right? On earth as it is in heaven, the heaven of your mind. When you have a thought, ask, where is it coming from? Not all of our thoughts are our own. When you have a thought, ask, where is it coming from? And if it is aligned with where you are trying to go, right? We've heard others say, all right, y'all, I apologize. The key for all individuals born with Mercury aspecting Saturn is to create order around their thoughts. Journaling is extremely important. Make lists, write your ideas down, and when you have a thought, ask where is it coming from and if it is aligned with where you are trying to go. Our thoughts come from childhood trauma. They come from just childhood experiences. It doesn't even have to be trauma, right? It comes from things that we've heard other people say, Twitter, Instagram, society. All of those things have an influence on our mind, on our thoughts. An overbearing or an authoritative parent may have an extreme influence on your mind with Mercury aspecting Saturn in any way, shape, or form. It could be a toxic old boyfriend or a toxic old girlfriend. Whatever it is that has played a key role in the thoughts and the narratives you tell yourself, it's important that you dissect them and that you restructure these thoughts, that you tell yourself new stories. The stories that we tell ourselves dictate our reality. So we want to make sure that the thoughts that we're having, the stories that we're telling ourselves are in alignment with who we are and who we are trying to be. So some shadow work is needed with this aspect to get rid of limiting beliefs and get rid of negative thoughts, feelings, or shadow aspects that were maybe projected onto you during childhood or just throughout life. Meditation is key for those with this aspect. Take time to clear your mind daily, all day, every day. In the morning, journal. In the afternoon, meditate. At night, journal again. You have to take time to dump out the contents of your mind, to order them, to restructure them, to review, revise, etc., etc. Structure your thoughts in a way to help you create new worlds, achieve your purpose, and create a legacy. Thank you for watching.